places and now Haps News. And I live draw every weekday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I live draw something in the news or something that's happening in the culture, or um, I live draw and we talk about it. So glad to have you here. Thank you for joining me. It is Tuesday and we're supposed to be getting hit with a snowstorm in the Northeast, which, it is winter, so it's supposed to be snowstorms. It's supposed to have snow at some point where I live. So this is Haps News, and I live draw every weekday, and you can join me by following me on my profile page, and you'll get notifications of when I'm live. Haps News is a new live streaming platform, which is really cool. Journalists from all over the world live streaming what's going on in their part of the world. So I'm glad to be a part of this. All right, I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to talk a little bit about the news. I'm a cartoonist for many different publications, as I said. But right now I'm with Haps News. Let me turn this around so you can see my paper. So the news was kind of quiet today, but there were some interesting things happening. I'm doing it today in portrait mode because I'm not sure I like the landscape mode for what I do, but you guys tell me if you think it's, yesterday I did in landscape mode, maybe it's better. So you can see my paper fine, I assume. Anyway, so I was looking at the news and I was thinking, what am I going to draw for my followers on Haps? And the most important thing that jumped out in the news for the United States, at least, was that Mitch McConnell finally admitted that Biden won the election, because the Electoral College, decided. The people, so McConnell said, well, the people have decided, because the Electoral College gave Biden enough votes to become our president-elect, and Harris our vice president-elect. So there's that. But so I didn't really feel like drawing Mitch McConnell. I've never drawn him, and I don't really want to start. And I couldn't think of anything visual to draw that was not overtly mean. Let me see who's here. Oh, thank you. The Beers Rock. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Hi, Brett from LA. How are things out in LA? You guys are really locked down, aren't you? You can't go anywhere. You can't even, can you go to the store? So anyway, what I thought I would do, I'm going to talk a little bit about the news as I draw, but I didn't want to draw Mitch McConnell. There's nothing else in the news I really wanted to draw today. So I thought to take a break from politics. Yesterday I did a political cartoon. I thought I'd draw something that is like what I do in many parts of my day, which is I'm a New Yorker cartoonist, which means I draw sketches of cartoons throughout the week, usually in pen, sometimes on my iPad, and I submit them to the New Yorker. We all do, all of us New Yorker cartoonists, on Tuesday. So I thought what might be fun is every Tuesday, unless there's some really breaking news, I will draw a cartoon that, or just a scene, but this time I'm drawing a cartoon that I drew 2 weeks ago that they didn't buy. So how the New Yorker works is I submit cartoons every Tuesday, as does everybody else, and we hear by Friday whether they bought one or not. So by Friday, I'll know whether this week's cartoons were bought. And I thought it might be fun to do a caption contest with you guys every Tuesday after I submit. I can't show you the ones that I submitted this week, because if I do, then they won't buy them because they have to be unpublished. So I'm just showing you one that I did a few weeks ago, and see if you can come up with a caption for it. I don't have a formalized thing figured out for this, perhaps. I haven't decided, whether we'll actually take submitted captions and have prizes or publish. I don't know. I'll talk to the people at HAPS and see what they think. But every Tuesday, I'll draw a New Yorker style cartoon. Boy, it looks like he's flying in the air, doesn't it? So I'd usually draw my cartoons with pen like this. This is a crow quill pen, and sometimes the drawing comes first, but sometimes the caption comes first. And this one that I drew last week or 2 weeks ago, it was the drawing came first, and then I came up with something to go with the drawing. It doesn't always work that way. And sometimes my cartoons are political, sometimes they're not. Sometimes the captions are political. Darth Maul just subscribed to me. Thank you. Brett says about California lockdown in theory, but not really being enforced heavily. I'm too busy to go out. Haha. Anyway. If you just joined us, I'm Liza Donnelly. I'm a New Yorker cartoonist. I'm drawing a cartoon, pretending it's one that has a caption. Now, see, I drew this here. I shouldn't have put that there because it looks like it's part of his hand. But in a finished drawing, if this were to be published, I would fix that. Would not put that there. I've been working for the New Yorker for 40 years, and so this is what I did. I had these people dancing, and then I thought, well, who's talking here? I could put some people over here looking and talking. Somebody peering around the corner, looking at them and dancing and saying something. I could make them saying something. I could make the lamp saying something. Why not? I could make it a caption drawing. Something to do with COVID, something to do with politics, something to do with just being married, something to do with relationships. You can, and then sometimes it doesn't work and I put it away and it never ends up being anything, or I put it away and then I look at it again in a week and the caption just jumps out at me. So you never know. So I thought when I did this drawing 2 weeks ago, I did this. It's a pretty fat cat. I like drawing cats. Now, do I make this cat? This is what's going on in my mind right now. Do I make this? I could have made it a dog, but I decided it's funnier, just in general, to have two cats sitting here. Because if you have a dog and a cat, it might set up a different dynamic. That's not to say this. Not two cats that hate each other, but cats are funnier. And I mean, no, that's not true. Dogs are funny. I don't know. I just chose cats. It's that simple. And this is a picture, in case you didn't notice. So let's see. Let me put some tone on here. I think it's probably dry enough. Closer. Let me see if anybody else is here. Hello, Mitchell. Anybody else joining us? I swear to God, this guy is levitating. I don't know why he's up in the air like that, but maybe that's part of the caption. So I take the bigger brush. Other things in the news, Pete Buttigieg was tapped by Biden to be transportation secretary, which is interesting. And Fauci has said that he thinks Biden really should and get the vaccine as soon as possible. Anybody have any idea for caption for this? It could be political. That's way too black. Smaller brush. Something about the pandemic, something about Biden, something about Trump. I love doing political cartoons for the New Yorker because they always are a little offbeat. They're not like necessarily attacking a politician, although sometimes they are. Add a little more color on here, a little more gray on here. New Yorker cartoons are typically black and white and gray, although they have had some color ones over the years. I have sold them color ones, but they don't do that anymore, really. It was under Tina Brown in the 90s. But now the New Yorker has a lot of political cartoons on their website. So if you go to newyorker.com, you'll see a daily political cartoon. I submitted a daily this morning to see for consideration. They didn't take it. So there's a lot of rejection in this business. It's not like I have a steady job. So let's see. Thank you again for subscribing. Brett says, for some reason, I'm getting a Far Side vibe from this cartoon. Is that because there's animals talking? Well, we don't have anybody coming up with ideas, so I guess maybe the caption idea possibility is not the best for HAPS. But I will still do every Tuesday, unless there's breaking news. I'll try to do a New Yorker type cartoon, and we can talk about what it might be captioned. All right, I'm going to turn you around and say goodbye. Thank you for joining me. And like I said, every weekday at 5:30, I draw something that's in the news usually, or in the culture. And every day at 5:30 Eastern Time. And please join us on HAPS. Download the app and follow me and others from around the world. It's really kind of fun to see what's going on around the world via live stream. It's very fun. And you can follow me on HAPS, and you can also become a sponsor, which I would really appreciate. You can become part of my sponsors team. So I really love this, and I love seeing you guys, and thank you for joining me. It's been a pleasure, and I will see you again tomorrow, same time, same place. I'll draw something in the news. Bye, everybody.